and everything's back up and running, and nothing's exploded, and yeah, so short form summary, probably watch the VOD, because I can't be bothered to brain cell right now, but short form, things definitely went interesting. The party is showing their tactical prowess by being yeeted into a pool of lava.
Repeatedly.
We're so good.
Like it's out of fashion.
I imagine like a previously on montage thing to like catch up, and it's just a Baylor throwing people into lava.
Basically, yeah.
It's just one after the other with comical music playing over the top.
Anyway, throwing you guys straight back into this nightmare out of hell, Florian, you were the next person to act, as we had just concluded Scoria's turn.
Oh shit, for real?
For real.
Oh my god, my MP. Good lord.
Once again, just for the sake of if me the DM is listening back to these, or saying hello to Hugmug's player, as they are unfortunately unavailable again. But they'll be back next week.
Wow.
So, hello Hugmug. Anyway, Florian,
Yes,
with
I
that brief
didn't,
distraction out of the way.
didn't realise I would be first. Hang on while I get my... How big is Cura? 20 feet radius. Don't mind me. Do.
What if I do mind you? Smiley face.
Then I'd be minded.
Oh my god, is that Mason's health bar?
Yes.
Mason hasn't got a
Can't
health
get
bar.
a small without getting the freaking thing.
It's
I
fine.
think it's because he's on
You're
like
only
1
hurt.
HP.
I
Xavier
do
is
believe
decoyed.
the last action, one of the last two actions that was taken during the last session was Scoria rolling a natural 1 and almost one-shotting Mason,
Yes.
Sounds right.
leaving him on 2 hit points.
Hilarious.
So
Okay, so
you can
I want to
leave me and
do...
just get Xavier and Mason. I can heal myself.
Yes, I'm going to get Mason and Xavier in a Cura.
Okay.
Like this, the circle I have right now. That's...
Can you move it down a bit?
You are aware that you can set it to linger, so it stays there. But I will keep that in mind. Oh shit.
Just hold it until...
Nobody point out the fact that you can't see my name at the bottom of the Roll20 game. Nobody point that out.
Well,
You
you're
will
real
not
name.
point out what you just pointed
No,
out.
just you will notice that I'm not logged into the Roll20 game right now.
Oh dear.
Oh.
How have you managed that?
I don't know. How do you manage to lose a thing that you used to see?
31 hit points to... I think me, Scoria, Mason, and Xavier are in it, but me and Scoria are pretty much fine.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds as I I know why. It's because you know when you're trying to load Roll20 quickly and it decides to just give you a white screen instead. It did that with the laptop. So that is 31 hit points, yeah?
Yep. And we do have haste, so
Dude, that is a thing that you have.
if we're planning to get out of dodge...
Towards the center of the arena.
What was that?
So towards the center of the arena, preferably not within AoE distance of Xavier.
Right, yes. Disengage action thing, so I don't get opportunity smited.
Mhm.
Let me just find my movement speed. Where was it? Is it in just abilities?
Oh, are you
No.
trying to recall
My movement speed.
your movement speed will be on your combat page. It is literally right underneath. There's a big old bar that says movement speed. It's next to your AC.
There we go. 70. Wow, I'm so fast.
casual haste moment.
Alright, haste. I was like, damn. Why am I built like this? I'll go 40 feet this way because I don't want to get too far away. It was like there. Yeah. And then I will use my bonus action. And I will have to use my ETH. Oh wait, it's an action to use. Never mind. Who wants? Can I have multiple draws on at the same time?
Yes, the only case for that, I guess you can't have multiple draws on, is when it's multiple of the same draw. So just refresh the duration. So say,
Don't roll balance. Where is it?
if memory serves correctly, didn't you have an empowerment chart saved up?
Yes, I
vaguely
used it so that
Yes.
and now everyone has balance.
Yes. Ignore me.
B8 6. The Spire. Fast healing.
Ooh.
Who Xavier should have fast healing, I feel.
He is the one that is currently afflicted with decoy.
Yep. Xavier gets fast healing 3.
That's the spire, yes?
3, yes, the Spire, fast healing 3. For
How long does
wisdom
that last for?
modifier rounds.
So that should be 3 rounds, right?
3 because I have shit wisdom.
Okay. I have applied that to a sheet.
Yay. That is my turn.
Okay. I mean, the next person to act is Mason. Who is going to use his first action. This thing is not elevated. Right, because it's got a phobia of... Yeah, it's got a phobia of flying. Okay. Yes, I recall now. And he had... Yes, he had that active. Okay, so he is going to make use of the last round of critical strikes. Rolling a 17 to hit, which misses. He is then going to use a second action to disengage. 10, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move up there. Okay, so that is the end of Mason's turn. And, oh, fuck. Right. I forgot Hogmog had haste. No. Okay, how do I optimally waste a turn without wasting it? I'm realizing that sounds really bad out loud. Okay, so Hogmog is going to use his first action to... Okay, big braining. Hogmog is going to... Wait. What am I doing? Why... Oh my god, I'm gonna... Loopy is the soupy. It's gonna disengage and move. How much movement speed does Hogmog have? 60, so that's fine. With 35 feet of movement speed, move there. Is then going to use his second action. Not to finish using his movement speed, but he's going to cast Elemental Resistance Fire. Last level of 7. What was the last for? Oh jeez. That lasts for just a little while. Just a casual 70 hours. And then Hogmog is going to use The last 25 feet of movement speed he has to move there. Means we are on to round 5, with the first person moving being Marcel.
Do we all have haste?
No. The only people that should have haste right now, I think, is Florian and Huckmug off the top of my head.
Okay.
I've looped this twice now. No. I am very scatterbrained today.
So Marcel will cast haste on himself,
Okay.
taking away 3 MP. The effects of haste won't activate till the start of next turn, right?
I will apply his haste. No, it will not apply until towards the start of the next turn.
So, quick cast. I'm going to stop trying to make him do saves and just see if I can do some damage to him. So, Ruin,
Mm-hmm.
1d4 plus 1.
Yep.
For every 2 cast levels after first level, it gains an additional missile. So it should be 4 missiles by 7.
5, 7. Yeah, 4 missiles.
Does that stay plus 6, or is that not? Is that because it's not been taken account of in the calculation?
Right, I see what's happening here. That'll be. I believe that'll be the balance being in effect. Increase the damage of it.
By plus 2?
Should be
So what should my damage modifier be?
bear with me, I'm trying to figure this out.
Okay.
I swear to God, if I somehow managed to find another way to break this. Yeah. That should be fine.
So,
Do it as is, and I'll figure out what's made it break. Something is not quite adding up.
so 4d6 plus 6.
Yes. Hang on. Sorry, this is what's going on here. Been edited. Hang on. Yeah, just roll it as is. Do the 1d4 plus
Plus 6.
yeah,
That's 22 in elemental damage.
22.
Mhm.
Okay.
Using my additional bonus action. I don't think there's a limit to the amount of times I can use quick curse, is there? In one turn.
Depends how many
there's the
uses.
maximum uses, but I mean, there's in I can use all 3 in one go.
Yeah, well, how many do you have remaining?
2.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I get 2 additional bonus actions or reactions.
Mhm.
That is a 27 to hit with water.
27 hits.
It's 26 water damage.
26.
Mhm.
Okay.
But do 26 water damage? To have resistance.
It does 26. This has been established the last time Mocha went to check.
Okay. And. How many times have I tried to imperil it so far? Do I think it's worth trying again?
Update on what's going on with that ruin. It appears that something has broken somewhere along the line.
Probably my fault. I probably deleted something accidentally along the way.
No, because it is on Lupus Crescent Fang's sheet as well.
Oh, yeah, con save against drenched.
On save against drenched. Well, okay, right now to focus. That is a 9.
That is a fail. He is now drenched.
You got the big demon man wet. How long is he wet for?
He is wet for 3 rounds.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention to the health bar.
That's why you have your allies.
It's not bad. Oh, okay. And then quick cast one more time.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't catch any. Oops. That doesn't catch anyone else.
Nope.
Water out.
Okay. What save am I making?
There is.
Dex.
Yeah, Dex.
That is a 21.
Is it halved if it succeeds?
Yes.
Okay, so I still roll the damage.
So that's 20. So it's 39, 12 by 2, round up. Yeah, 20. So it takes 20 water damage.
I didn't see its health bar move.
More damage been applied, so.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One quick caster that I'm saving.
Have you done your movement?
I have, yes.
Meaning it is Mocha who is next on the initiative order.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, remember what we discussed.
Mocha boca boo! Boca boca boo! But da da do 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 do. If I move 5 feet back, does that. Oh, he's gonna get attack of opportunity, isn't he?
Because he is currently because Xavier is currently targeted with decoy. it won't provoke opportunity attacks.
Can I bitch slap him and then run?
Yes. Sorry, I don't
Oh
know.
my god.
I don't know why that
I
took
don't
my
know why you
brain so long to
hesitated there.
process. No, it's because my brain is just running slow today. I drained a lot of my energy yesterday, so I am.
I feel that, Chief.
I thought it was Mocha
Okay.
stating something so obvious that it dumbfounded you.
I mean, that happens as well, to be fair. Does a 31 hit?
A 31 does in fact hit.
27 damage, my man.
27 damage, so that is 13? 13? No. 13 fucking maths, Lucas. Maths. That's 14 damage.
I think it was there.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Neat. So the next thing to act then is the Baylor. It's going to really change that tooltip to make it correct that it is no longer airborne. It is going to start by attacking with its whip. I do believe Xavier is still in range. How fuck is that? Yes, it is. A 20 to hit. What is Xavier's AC right now? 90. Ooh, that's unfortunate. And will Xavier make the strength save? That the answer is no. Should really have got my dice out properly beforehand. But here with Flambo, the seat we're underway. You over here. 9 piercing damage. And then Xavier currently has 20 fire resistance from Mugmug, so no fire damage. Come on. Come on, Lucas. Brain cells. Engage them. It's then going to use its bonus action to follow up with an attack of its longsword. Rolling a 39 to hit. Otherwise, we would have some slightly awkward situation to deal with. Doing 19 points of slashing damage. And 17 points of lightning damage. Which puts Xavier on the floor.
Fuck. Decoy's gone.
Dispelling. Xavier is no longer decoyed. And I need to clear his list of buffs. He is no longer buffed. Knockout moment. Okay. Scoria, roll me a contest of strength.
Dice. Which one shall I choose?
I think you just bailed.
Oh no.
I think that's a 20 on
No.
the dice. Just say how hard I can hear him laughing.
No,
I'm not
I
seeing
just-
dice.
I just let out a funny noise and then started coughing because I just inhaled my own saliva. Ow.
So, I rolled a 15.
Unfortunately, you failed.
I'm
Can
not
you-
surprised.
Can you just fly?
I mean, she's currently being choke held,
Okay.
so.
She's being pushed.
Mm-mm.
I'm being held.
As you are grappled,
Literally.
as you are grabbed, and it proceeds to march forward and dunk you
Oh, fuck.
into the lava.
Damn.
Can you make me a dexterity save, please?
I can try. Non-magical, yeah.
Yes.
Anything specific or?
If you have any bonuses to saves against fire, I guess.
No. 22.
22. Okay, so you manage to keep the majority of your being above the lava. However, you are still partially submerged, so you take 30 points of fire damage.
Does everyone have communal fire resistance?
Nope, because you do not have access to communal elemental resistance.
What did Pokemon put on everybody then?
It was just
Protect.
saying
Protect in the previous session.
I was just saying it.
This time around, it was just Xavier who got elemental resistance. And that is the end of the Baylor's turn. Xavier needs to make a death save. That is a success. That's the end of his turn. Scoria.
So,
Your turn.
I'm going to try and break free.
Okay.
I rolled a 17 for strength.
You do not break free, as you rolled a 19 on strength.
Oh. I try again.
Okay.
That's even worse.
What did you roll?
13.
It rolled a 9. So
Oh!
you are now free. However, you will not have your flying speed as of this point in time, because I'm picturing how it's holding you by the neck and holding your body at like a parallel to the lava. Because I'm picturing that Scoria is probably going to be digging her feet. I'm imagining Scoria is going to be digging her feet into the ground to try and stop herself being pushed into the lava, right?
Yeah.
So your wings are submerged, and I'd say parts of your back.
My fucking
So you've
wing.
broken free. And I'm assuming you, if memory serves correctly, you don't have swim speed.
No!
So you need
This
one of
is
your
awkward.
yeah, you need one of your allies to pull you free, or if you have an action remaining, which I don't recall if you have haste or
No.
not, you will have to wait until your next turn to roll an athletics check to get out.
So,
Meaning it's Florian who follows after you.
Glory already.
Yep.
Yeah. Things sure are going, and oh god, what do I do? So Scoria is free. She's just in the lava.
Yeah, she's currently unable to escape the lava, because if I were to give you a bit more of a visual context, the actual pools of lava are about roughly 5 foot down. So you've got like a solid 5 foot gap between the top lip of the ground that you're standing on and then the pools of lava below.
Well, thing one you could probably do is get Xavier off the floor.
Mm-hmm. Xavier off the floor, and then oh, it's touch. Elemental resistance is touch.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna happen. He doesn't have fast healing 3 anymore, does
He
he?
does not. Because he hit 0 health and went unconscious, he lost all of the buffs he had active on him.
Alright. Action 1. Big cure on Xavier. Hang on. You're my biggest 4. first action is that, and then the second one is to take my ether, and then I'll have 76 plus 22. Do I have Mog right now? Let me check. Apparently I do.
Yes, the people who don't have Mog are Mason and Marcel. Everyone else does.
I'm gonna Mog the healing.
Okay,
So that doubles the
that doubles the modifier.
modifier.
Yeah.
Doubles the modifier.
If you tick
Okay,
the
so
little
it's
the little box, it'll double the modifier for you.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
20. For the +8 from magic gear, does that get doubled to 2 or?
Yes, that'll be
does.
treated as part of the modifier.
So I'll double it mentally. So 28 plus 16. Plus 28. I can't be doing math in my head. 66 health
66 hit points.
to Xavier.
Okay. Cool. Xavier is now up and conscious.
My 1 MP healing item. Please, for the love of God,
roll a 1.
big. Okay, that's a 5, so that's 6 MP back. That's pretty good.
For an athlete, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yippee.
Is that the end of your turn?
I think I have a bonus action, but I don't know what to do with it. I could throw another drawer in there. Just. I mean, it's now or never, right?
Yeah.
Where is it? Yeah, I've still got like 7 more. Okay, B8. There we go. 7. That is the horseshoe. +2 on saving throws. Scory, you were making dex saves, was it?
Uh,
In lava?
was that a one-time thing, or
You will keep making
Yeah.
those saves for each round that you are in that lava.
yeah, deck saves?
I said just saving throws. So you get there you go. Add the horseshoe. You get +2 on saving throws.
Pardon me.
Pardon you.
Ah. Anyway,
There we go. That's my turn.
is this
Yippee.
round 4?
It is currently round 5.
Round 5. Cool.
But is that the end of your turn, Florian? Make sure of...
Yes.
Okay. So Mason is going to wait for the end of Hugmug's turn. So Hugmug is going to move next. He's going to cast Elemental Resistance to Fire on Mason. Number 2 MP gone. This is where Lupus remembers that Hugmug's player used big brain ideas and that my brain is not big brain. And I have completely missed this one very obvious thing the entire time. So that's first action. Second action, Hugmug is going to cast Delayed Opponent on this thing. I need to move Hugmug into range. There. In range? Question mark. It is wonderful. Okay, so I need to make. That's a what did I roll? That is a 6 total, meaning it fails. So the Baylor's next action is delayed until after the caster's next action, meaning that the Baylor is now at the bottom of the initiative order
Thank fuck for that.
for the remainder of the fight.
We'd have done that before, Story would have been able to get away.
Yeah, if I had noticed that. However, I'm stupid. I am smart until I have to recall information. Okay.
Still decoy Xavier at this point? Didn't we give him a boost to save? Oh no, we lost the boost to save as well.
Mm-hmm. So, Mason is going to move over here. And is going to, with both hands on weapon, proceed to bonk, rolling a 31 to hit, which hits. Get my D10 back out. Doing 15 points of slashing damage. And then second action. One last. 15 damage. And each time that the fiery aura procs, because Mason has 20 points of fire resistance, it does no damage to him. The end of the round. So we go back to the top of the order.
Will that drop every time you attack?
Yes. It is basic for lack of better description, it is essentially a spikes effect. If that makes sense to any of you guys. This is where I remember that some of you guys have never experienced the elemental spike spells. Okay, right, so, Scoria, you need to make me another dexterity save, please.
Fucking hell. That is 28.
28?
Yeah.
Okay, you take 35 points of fire damage. We are now on round 6. Good news for everybody. Everybody moves before the Baylor does, because it's the one benefit of Hugmug rolling really badly on initiative. That natural 1 on initiative, but now coming in clutch, because Baylor is now bottom of the order. So, Marcel will technically be first to move, however, if anybody else would like to jump in first, you are more than welcome to. I will leave it up to you guys to decide who's going.
Well, I'm not going to keep trying to imperil him, because he has advantage on saves. He has advantage on saves, but he keeps failing that Drenched and Frozen save.
Mm-hmm. Because almost like the one time you used Imperil, I rolled an 18 and a 19 on the dice.
Really?
Something stupid like that.
Alright, fuck it.
It was
Imperil.
really high.
Marcel will take his turn. What's the range on Imperil? Level 2 spell, short range spell, so that means it's 30 feet range? Always forget
Well, you have a thing to check it.
the ranges mean.
It's feet, so... Yeah, look it up on your combat tracker, I'll show you. Tis its purpose. Yeah. Some sort of...
Range 40.
Mhm.
Brilliant. Okay, let's try this again.
Mhm.
Give me a wisdom save.
21.
Okay. Quick cast, make me another wisdom save.
16.
That's a fail.
Okay.
That's a 5.
Bear in mind, your
I want to give him a weakness to water so I can blight him.
bear in mind that is your last use of quick cast you've
Yes.
just consumed.
That's a lightning starters. Then earth. Then wind. Then ice. Ice again.
Okay. So it is now oh fuck, right, yeah, fiery aura. Scorio, I'm sorry. Another 12 fire damage from fiery aura. I missed that the start of the round.
It's fine, doesn't do any damage, but is it?
Hmm?
Should have given the fire resistance.
Mason had the fire resistance.
Mason, okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So
I'm using my second action because I gave myself haste.
just to make you aware of what changes have occurred, it is now only halves lightning rather than halving it and being immune. It now only halves earth instead of nullifying it. It now only has its resistance to ice instead of resisting it and halving it, and now has a weakness to wind. I will put that in the chat for the party to make your lives easier.
Okay, so that's 4 MP. 2 MP left. In that case, we've got second action. That is a... Where is it? That is a 25 to hit with arrow.
Please bear with. Right. I've just put that in the chat for you guys to give you an update on what's changed there. It was what to hit with wind?
25.
25 with arrow. Yep,
Yep.
that hits.
30 wind damage.
60 wind damage because of the weakness that it
Each
has.
hit. And I'm going to move back.
Okay.
It's about there. And that is the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. Next person to act is Mocha.
For you. Okay. I am Momo kill. Yeah, I'll kill. Can I reach this bitch from here? Bro, I can't. Can't even reach from here. I'm just gonna go. Oh my god, my sidebar keeps opening up. I'm just gonna go here and hold my action.
Okay. I will make a note. You have held action.
Actually, can I use my bonus action to search again? The
Yeah.
thingy. What's it called? Careful eyes. So the opposite one of what I did before, like
Which
the
was-
environment.
Right, searching the environment. Can you make
Yes.
me a perception check then?
Perception. 16?
You notice that there is nothing present here that would assist you in defeating this monster. However, you are aware that you are within some part of the Hells, so the death of the Baelor here means it's permanent death.
Oh, okay.
So you kill it here, it dies forever, basically. That's about as much information as I can give you.
Okay.
And also, the only information that you can gather.
Great.
Okay,
Okay, yep.
so next person to act would be Xavier. Does Xavier have a means of helping Scoria here? Let's see. Xavier's going to use his first action to spend 5 points of his MP to cast Instant Weapon using Shadow Summoning. He's then going to use his second action to basically grab Scoria with the whip. So there is 50, it has 15 feet of range. Roll a strength check. You are pulled one tile. Because he rolled a natural one.
I fucking knew it.
So you're pulled upwards and then plopped back into the lava like a tea bag. Please make me another dex save. I'm so sorry. I was like, genius! Oh, shit.
25.
25. Okay. You succeed the save. Fuck me. Every time I've rolled this, the number has gotten progressively larger, and I don't like that.
Be careful over this.
I'm being very as careful as I can be. So the whip still has hold of you. But you take 37 fire damage as you end up getting plopped back into the lava like a teabag. And that took both of Xavier's actions, which is a bit awkward.
Oh, I forgot to make Baylor save. Against Squall. Just realised that.
Whoops.
Yeah. It's fine, I'll do it next time.
Scoria, you're next to act.
Can I jump? No, that's not really going to work, is
You'd
it?
need to roll an athletics check to get out. Because it'd be a combination of essentially swimming and jumping.
She use her pole arm to assist her in getting out. 10 feet of range.
Not unless she wants to set it on fire.
It's 10 feet in range, so it can stick to the outside the lava.
I'm not disagreeing with that. However, I am going to point out she's currently in active molten flowing lava that if she were to use her polearm to assist her, would melt. Therefore meaning no more polearm.
What's the problem with her arm? She's in the lava.
Tis a...
Okay, I guess I'm assuming she's holding it above her head right now so it doesn't melt.
Let's try an athletics check. Can I just ask what I need to roll?
It's just a straight athletics check. So it'd be a D20 plus your athletics bonus. And since this is your thing, I will give you advantage.
Acrobatics is my thing, not athletics.
You'd be surprised. I do believe you get a bonus to both. I might be wrong.
You are wrong. I've got proficiency in athletics, I think.
Wait, it's... Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. I think I know what I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of a different class, aren't you?
I'm thinking of... Where is it? I'm thinking of the right thing but the wrong ability. Oh no, okay, yeah.
Swear to God, Scoria dies by being dipped like a teabag into lava 3 times.
So can I just ask?
Mhm.
How low would I have to roll to fail?
Quite low.
Can I get a number?
Why?
What if I rolled a natural 1?
You rolled a natural 1. Oh,
Yeah.
Scoria.
That's a total of 9.
Scoria,
This is why you don't argue when you're giving advantage.
you rolled a natural 1.
Yeah. So,
Oh no. Okay, so you start climbing back up. And you manage to just about get to the side, and you find the one loose section of rock.
Scoria's final words. Are you fucking?
So you have a phantasmal whip wrapped around your waist to basically keep hold of you, and with all stability measures in place, you somehow get astronomically unfortunate with the placement of your foot.
Yeah.
Make me another dexterity save.
Yeah. But no matter what, if I'm doing 30 plus, if I'm getting 30 plus fire damage, I can tell you I'm going down.
Sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that.
So,
I'm
that's
laughing
a
about
23.
a 23. Okay,
Yeah.
you succeed. I just want you to
Yeah.
know that the dice decided that they were going to style on you by rolling 69.
Ah!
So
So,
good.
how much damage is that? So that's 69 damage.
So that's 34 damage total.
So, Scoria's out.
Scoria is
Hi,
out,
guys.
but you are currently being held. You are the only thing stopping you from sinking into the molten lava is Xavier, who is holding on to that phantom whip for dear
You know what's
life.
funny? Xavier's turn is already gone.
Mm-hmm.
Haha.
So
Okay, well,
the next person to act, and I'm gonna yoit.
Yoit. You're gonna yoit. Do you want to try that one again? Let's do
Nope.
it. Butter.
Mason
my
is
queen.
going to move up next to Xavier and basically grab hold of the whip and pull. Successfully pulling Scoria.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking funny. If we make this Herculean effort to get Scoria back out,
And he rolls a nat 1 and
and
pulls
it's the
himself.
Baylor's turn, and it just picks up Scoria's corpse and dunks her back in the lava.
Don't say that.
It's undercooked.
Put
Not
that
done
one
yet.
back.
Put that back in the oven.
Oh no. Okay, so
No, not
that's the first
singed.
action.
Single wing Scoria. Gone.
Scoria
Lost
wings. Brand new to chaos.
Scoria wings.
Scoria entering a stepper up there.
Fried Scoria wings. Aw.
And then Mason's going to turn.
SFC.
And with his
fucking
axe,
way.
and with his axe, is going to swing and attack the Baylor, rolling a 30 to hit.
It's a really bad time for I'll make a man at you to stop playing.
I'll make a meal out of you.
Yum.
But it's just the singe effect. Actually, I need to stop. So he does 14 points of slashing damage to the Baylor. And that's the end of Mason's turn, meaning next person to act is Lorian.
It's,
Heal, boy.
What round is it?
It is currently round
Right.
5. Sorry, 6. Correction.
what?
It was round 5 last
Shit.
round.
Oh, damn.
Oh, right! Before I forget, Scoria, because
Round
you've gone down,
five.
can you clear your buff and debuff list?
Oh,
That's sad. Anyway, so obviously I'm gonna attack the. No, obviously. I'm gonna heal Scoria. Actually, it's 76 for Cure 4, and then Cura is like 10 away. So I could get. And I know how far down Scoria is.
no.
You are more than welcome to ask Scoria if she wishes to inform you.
But that's half the fun, not knowing.
Okay, I'm going to 20 feet radius. Hang on. Ignore me. No. There we go. So Scoria, Mason, and Xavier are getting 76.
You roll all ones.
Stop cursing everybody!
One.
You're on the floor, you're not conscious, shut up!
Fuck you!
40 hit points.
40 health each.
Nice.
Yes,
I'm
you're up.
awake.
Oh, thank fuck.
I'm on the floor and I'm awake. For how long?
A minute.
Fuck you.
Fuck me yourself.
I will.
Ladies. Please. Is that the end of your turn, Florian?
Got-
Are you doing
No, that's my first action.
Oh, right, yes, you have haste. Sorry. Brain cells are.
Haste. I will throw another healing. I'll throw a cure 2 at Scoria. It's not as much. 3d6. Oh, I can just do that with my d6s. It's only 3. Uno, dos, tres. Okay. 2, 5, 8. 8 plus 22 is 30 more health for Scoria. Guys, I have 6 MP. Please kill this thing.
Do I have got wind spells? Or is it just me?
It's just you.
There are only 2 people that have actions remaining, and that is Hugmug and Mocha.
Does Xavier have any wind spells?
Xavier has plural offensive spells, however, has used his turn to attempt to try and rescue your companion and failed.
That is fine. I'm more talking about the general
But
fight
yes,
rather than this round.
generally speaking, yes, he does.
Cool, so we can kill this thing.
And I will draw again. Because why not? Where is my D8? I've emptied my entire dice bag to find a D8. 2. That is the balance. Target gains +2 to their damage rolls.
I will take that, nobody else will.
Go ahead,
Brilliant.
Marcel. Have a plus the balance. Wait. I think we still have that, don't we?
Should do. Yes, you will have that for
If I
one more round.
reapply it, will the duration reapply?
Yes, it will refresh.
Okay, so it will. Okay, so it's not completely useless because it's gonna.
No.
We're in round 6, so next round it would have everyone else's disappears, but
Mhm.
Marcel keeps it.
Be correct? Yes.
There we go. Cool. That is my turn.
Okay. Mocha, do you intend to use any of your actions? Speak now or forever hold.
I'll move a little bit closer.
Okay. So, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So Hugmug is going to use both of his actions. The first to cast D-Shell.
Look at it.
I'm doing refresh roll 20 because it's not working.
It rolled a 17, so it failed. So it's now afflicted with D-Shell.
Can Huggy do Mog?
Okay. Yeah, and as Pugmug's second action, he is going to cast Moment of Greatness, which should get everybody. I can't be asked to check the radius because I've got my thing up for something else.
Because if me and Xavier managed to get a hit off with Mog on the damage, we might be able to kill it.
And that is the end of Pugmug's turn. Means the Balor is next.
That's only a suggestion, by the way, not an order.
Scoria, please make me a contest of strength.
Yeah, of course. 19.
You succeed.
Yay!
Mason, however, does not.
Mason!
As he is,
No.
as he is thrown at Mocha.
What?
Oh, bye.
Oh, that's funny.
Wait.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as the impact of Mason hits you.
Mason, you're fucking heavy.
Baylor is then going to move.
Oh my god, hold on, I've got to turn off hardware acceleration.
It has 5 feet less movement speed, by the way, drenched. And it can't fly.
No.
Scoria, does that mean you get an opportunity attack?
Depends where he moves to, bro.
It moves into the lava and heals all of itself.
Shut the fuck up.
Going to move there.
I'll do an opportunity attack if I can.
Yep, both you and Xavier have the opportunity to do so.
Ooh. That's
That's another 5 feet of movement.
that's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Where's my fucking dice?
And I should roll for Xavier as well.
Oh my god, I rolled a 12 on my d12. That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
So, 26
26.
piercing.
Okay,
26
so
piercing.
13 piercing. And then Xavier rolled a 1 and a 5 on his d12s, which is unfortunate.
That's enough.
That's 6 damage. That's the end of the Balor's turn. Meaning we are now on to round 7. Marcel.
Hello. I'm 10 feet away. Am I at opportunity range?
If you move more than 5 feet away from it, yes.
Right.
Because it has its sword in one hand and whip in the other. So everybody that is not Xavier and Scoria is currently in opportunity attack range of the whip.
Okay. Well, I give myself an additional 5 MP, drinking the ether.
Okay.
I roll a 26 to hit with arrow.
Bless you. 26 hits.
Hey.
It's doo. Oh god, lost that. Where's that? It's
If you're mugging it,
still the same.
or
I am choosing to mark the damage. Yes.
okay, well then make sure you click the tick box that says mug. It'll give you the correct number.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's that.
Okay, so I will mark mog as gone from the thing. 55, which because it is weak.
110.
Yep, 110 wind damage.
Okay. Quick cast uses are all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action. Yeah, okay. For now, it's the end of my turn.
Okay. So anyone else on the initiative order is more than welcome to act.
Oh.
Murder this thing.
If I were to long jump from this distance, would I get an opportunity attacks?
Long jump. I don't think so. I could have Xavier move forward as well to distract it, if you'd like.
How about I do anyway? Long jump.
Okay.
Balls to the wall. Pussy.
It does not react to you jumping.
That's a fucking 50.
50 on the acrobatics. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure to move your token forward, by the way. I presume you're using the 10 feet of reach, so you don't trigger its fiery aura.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always.
So that is a +7 to hit, 78 extra damage.
Ooh, let's see if I hit.
Fucking kill this thing.
Please
Wait
don't
a
that
second.
one. Please
I
don't.
didn't that one. I didn't
Pray.
that one.
Hell
It's
yes.
a 25.
25 to hit. That hits.
Kill it, kill it, kill it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Remember to run once you kill it, because it will explode.
Yeah, can we like ready action to run as soon as it dies?
You have no actions available.
No, everyone but me, basically.
Alright, let's count.
If I die, I die.
1, 3, 10, 17, 25, 33, 43, 47, 51.
And this session of bingo is crazy.
Shut the fuck up. So yeah, that's 51 piercing.
51 piercing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh thank god, if it does happen, I might have something to save me. But I never used it.
it takes 26 points of piercing damage.
I go all in second action!
I think she's
I-
losing it, guys.
Oh,
I
definitely.
long jump.
Okay.
Shish kebab this bitch!
Wee. Oh no!
Did you roll a fucking that
Oh
one?
my god!
This is why we shouldn't let you do
This
anything.
is for acrobatics! Hold on, this is acrobatics, bitch!
Okay.
Don't bitch me, you're the one who wanna
Fuck
fucking
you,
that
32.
one.
32. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's
32 for
plus.
acrobatics.
So that's +3 to hit, 3d extra damage. You'll also be rolling with disadvantage because you nat 1 the acrobatics check.
Oh,
POV, you're about to watch Scoria impale Florian.
She's gonna fall back in the lava.
shut the fuck up, I'm not near the lava! Shut the fuck
Fortunately-
up!
Fortunately enough, she's attacking
Shut
from
the fuck
Sailed
up.
over its head somehow, pivots in the air, and plops into the lava.
You should up.
Like a fucking homing missile.
It's
So,
only a 16.
that misses,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay, somebody else kill it.
All around me are familiar faces.
I
I
mean,
want to move a little bit further. Can I do that? If I go next to Florian, will that be fine?
yeah,
I'm
Fine.
gonna go next to Florian.
okay. So, Mocha, do you wanna go next? Since you're next in initiative order?
Moki!
It gets exploded into this direction.
Oh, I rolled a D100 instead.
Well done.
Just felt like running a D100, man.
Dipshit.
There's a 29 hit.
29 hits.
And can I have a 23 on the damage, please? What's the guy from Family Feud? Is it Steve Harvey?
No idea.
Yeah,
Clever
that's the one.
23,
It's Steve Harvey.
Yes.
So that does 11 points of damage total. Everybody please make me a dexterity saving throw. As Mocha jams the fork straight into this thing's skull and it explodes instantly.
Right.
It does explode?
Yes.
I thought we were joking.
Which
No.
dice shall I use?
The one that's the
Dexterity.
least likely to betray you.
Oh, I never used it, so I get the bonus.
Joke's on you. Joke's
Oh,
on
for
you.
God, plus 10
fuck's
saves.
sake!
Oh.
Scoria, you bitch! You've given me your curse.
Hang on.
You have to stab it.
No, it's the nat one that
Only
followed.
because Scoria fucking failed to. There's all
Oh,
lies
the
directed
fingers,
at her.
the fingers being pointed. You know what?
Foingers. The foingers.
Hold on, I need
The
to
chicken
find.
foingers.
I need to find a gif.
The fingers.
Unmagical, non-magical save.
Yeah, that's what I would have did.
Is his explosion magical?
In this case, it seems like it should be.
It explodes and
it's
glitter
not.
goes everywhere.
It's not magical. It is a non-magical save.
Does a 20 succeed?
I will let you know in a second.
Because if it doesn't...
If
then
I
would
haven't
use my-
succeeded, then there is no way to succeed this.
Well, you will have to decide that before you give me the end result, Monsieur, as to whether or not you are using Mog or not. So, Marcel, what did you roll?
43.
Mocha, what did you roll?
No,
Okay, I will just assume you failed then.
you should because I got that one.
Okay. Scoria?
Hey, I got a nat 1.
Yeah.
Florian?
Solidarity.
20, unnatural 20.
Okay. I have not rolled for Mason. I should probably do that.
I'll probably hit on the floor anyway, because it didn't heal before I,
Mason rolled an 11. That's fortunate. And Hug Mug. Hug Mug roll.
Wait,
You do not have evasion. You are a red mage.
pissed.
No. Red mage. You are not the piss class.
Lad, I got 6
I'm a little
MP.
piss baby.
15. Okay, so Marcel and Florian, you succeed the save.
Taking only 200 damage.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So don't. Don't.
The rest of the campaign takes place in the afterlife.
You take 39 points of
Oh, come on!
30 fucking 9!
I don't know what
Is
you
that
expected.
Is that just those two?
That's the two that succeeded taking half damage. So
That's
the rest of
almost
you
my goal.
take 78 fire damage. Apparently, this
Oh.
Baylor
Said I
really did
do
not like you.
know.
I am minus 23.
Minus
So,
60.
in spite of the fact that I rolled so fucking high,
You're
on
a
the save,
time.
I'm on the floor. Oops,
Did it? Did it exact hit points you?
No. I had 31 health, it did 39 damage.
Ouch.
Why is it not
The thing
doing
is
the thing
down, so
properly?
if I cast Cure It, it's not going to get healed, is it?
Give me a second. I'm just going through and making sure that everybody is.
No, because it's dead. It blew up.
It blew up. Right,
blew
of
up.
course, it's
It
exploded.
blew
My
up
cure
and
isn't
knocked me
going
back
to
into the
reconstruct
lava,
it.
and then I died.
You
Yeah.
heal a
So-
thug, it suddenly reforms the shards of its face. Lion, help! I'm dying!
You are unconscious.
Ah!
Silence.
I'm speaking to
really
you
small.
telepathically.
Silence. So congratulations, the Baylor is dead.
Yay!
Not
I'm
so
I'm
congratulations.
6.
You are prevented from doing so, Florian.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
As you know, you notice in the air above you, A fine black barrier flickers as it slowly encompasses the zone that you are in like a dome.
Bro.
How long does this take?
A few seconds.
Okay.
Bro.
Preventing
Does
you.
it seem friendly?
It does not seem friendly.
Should
So
I make my
funny
death
question.
saves?
Do we need to make that? Yeah.
Yes, all of you need to make a death save. As
There's no bonus to this, it's just straight
it's just a straight roll.
12.
Oh, fuck off!
No.
No.
Scoria.
Scoria, no. Scoria, no. Okay.
Different dice. I haven't used this dice before.
Is Scoria permanent?
No.
If it's a nat 1, it's 2 failed, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I rolled a nat 1.
Have you done any death saves yet?
No.
Okay.
No. Hugmonk fails. Marcel. Did you succeed?
I said 12.
You said 12, yeah, so that's a success. If
Okay.
it's above a 10, it's a success. If it's below a 10,
Wasn't sure if
it's
it's 10 or 15.
Nah, it's 10. And then... That's a 9, so Mason fails. So, Florian, you and Xavier spend the next few seconds stabilizing your companions after
Okay.
the first death save has been made. You do your best to stabilize them all, and you are quite fortunate that Xavier is quite capable with stitching up wounds and healing dealing with injuries. You are very fortunate. As he
All the end
proceeds,
flashed before my eyes.
to help you start dragging your companions back through the portal.
Didn't the portal close behind us?
It did. And as Xavier moved back over towards it, it reopened.
Awesome.
2 seconds. I know you guys.
So everyone's stabilized, but they're not conscious.
Basically. And so you end up dragging these unconscious companions of yours all the way back to the inn, as there is not a soul in sight. As though everyone is scurried away into their homes, as it were. So you get back, get your companions into the beds, and start healing them. I will let you decide, Florian, if you would like to be the one to heal them, or if you would prefer for Xavier to use his shadow summoning to heal them.
I would absolutely heal them, no matter what. I will
Go for it.
roll 7d6 plus 8.
Are you going to have enough MP to heal them individually?
I'm doing a cura.
Right, yes, I forget, sorry. Because I recall that, because my brain immediately hears 7d6, and I went, oh, that's cure 4. Wait, no. Ignore me.
26 to everyone. That's quite a shit roll. That's a really shit roll.
Marcel just deleted himself.
I did that. I just gave up.
I saw that. I was like, ah.
No. God's sake. I put in 18. It went to minus 18 for some reason.
What? Wait, what?
Oh my god, I really thought we were going to bite it there.
What's being paying attention?
Marcel just had a bit of a cock up with trying to add HP to his token. You're healed for 26.
Okay, I'm still out.
You are still unconscious, yeah.
Yeah, I had minus 63. Let me just
I will
sleep it off. It'll be
immediately
fine.
hug whoever the first person to come up is.
Hello.
I mean, I came up with one turn.
Yeah,
You're
Marcel,
both getting
Mocha, and Mason.
simultaneous hug.
I'm going to give Florian a hug.
Meanwhile,
Oh, I really thought that was it. Thank you,
Me
Flori.
too.
Fucking
I'm
hate
so
that
glad
thing.
you're okay. Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, if I ever see another one of those things, as long as I fucking live. Fucking grenade having head, motherfucker.
during this time that you are joyful that each other are alive, Xavier spent some time casting Fey Light twice, so everybody should be healed for 63 HP. Excuse me. Your excuse.
Oh. Oh.
Let's have a look. Okay, that's good to know. And so quiet settles over you all. The Baylor is dead. And this town has been freed. You are all quite heavily injured.
Mhm.
But you're alive.
How is Chonga?
I swear if that was... Can we level up? I'll tell you in a second.
It was, can we level up,
Probably
but
weak
in
now.
context of character? Because I can't have Marcel say, did we level up? I didn't see any numbers appear up on my head.
So-
What is this menu? Is this a fucking skill tree?
Not the fucking skill tree.
So, you realise that in your heavily injured state, you're not going anywhere anytime
Fuck.
immediately. You would need to spend at least another few hours resting before you were fortunate enough to be able to relocate. You do find, however, in the case of you specifically, Scoria, that your wings have been mercifully spared. Which you can only assume is down to your genetics as an Earth genasi, giving your wings a little bit of extra robust heat resistance. I believe the best word.
Luck.
Quite literally, pure fucking luck. I rolled a D100, and I said to myself, if you get above an 85, your wings will be perfectly untouched. I rolled an 88. You are very fortunate.
What will be the
You
nat
roll
one
that.
thing? Wingless for life?
No, she'd have to wait for her feathers to regrow back, which takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
So may as well be wingless for a while. But no, you are very fortunate that you're all alive as well. But you have rid this town of its bailing problem.
Whoa!
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to cry.
Don't cry. That is... You'll make me cry.
Don't
As,
cry, that is gay.
What the fuck up?
Shut up. As Xavier comes over and gives you a hug of
Aw.
reassurance. And Mason comes over to you, Scorer, and starts checking over your wings. Essentially to make sure that they haven't been singed or damaged. Before Mason goes over to Florian and does the same, to make sure that none of Florian's fur has been singed off during the fight. Well, we got pretty lucky. Will admit, I don't like the smell of me roasting. Ugh. Ow. As he looks down at the scorch marks that cover parts of his body.
Oh, just glad everybody's okay. That was a close one.
Just a bit. That's putting it lightly.
I never see lava again, but that's redundant, isn't it? Because we're going back into the hells.
That is very stupid statement. We should get some rest. And so,
Sorry, cooing like a pigeon.
I mean, she is part bird. Question mark.
Do you coo?
I roll a d4.
Do you coo? I don't know, do I?
Tell me high or low.
Low.
I rolled a 4. Ha!
Wow,
I don't.
that's out of character.
I know!
The one time that your luck was like, hey, we're coming back. So you end up spending the rest of the night recuperating. And in the morning, let's find out. So you get 8 hours of rest, which means you heal back 25% of your max hit points and MP equal to your caster level.
Does anybody else feel like they went swimming in a cement mixer? Everything aches.
I make no problem.
Hit points back.
I added.
And so you all feel still quite drained.
Yeah.
I mean, understandably so.
Can I think back on what that was that stopped us from healing before?
How would you like to reflect on it?
If I know of any kind of magical things like that and where it would have come from.
Sure. Would you like to roll me an Arcana check?
I can certainly try. I think I have good Arcana. Yes. Unnatural 20.
You're aware that what you bore witness to was a type of infernal curse. The origins of which I would need you to make me another Arcana check with disadvantage and a -5.
You got this.
So I have +2. And
Mhm.
disadvantage. Well, I might as well try. 7.
Oh.
You managed to barely piece together the magical signature. So you recognize it from an entity that you encountered in your tent
Oh my.
a few days ago.
That motherfucker.
your potentially untimely demise was almost brought to you by the one and only.
Lord Pussy Gang.
Seems like Lord Malatos really does not appreciate the fact that you're still alive. I'm sure the same can be said vice versa.
It sure can.
And as you are mentally recuperating, you take a short period, and you find that Xavier is checking over the map. Would any of you like to metaphorically prod the man about it?
What?
Xavier
I'll
seems
just look over the map and pretend I know what he's looking at as well.
If you want, you can roll an insight check to see what he's actually
Sure.
taking a look at.
Oh. Insight. I have a -1 to insight. 3.
A 3.
Map.
You're looking at the map, nodding, looking at the map. You have no idea what he's looking at. At least you know he's looking at the map, but that's about as much as you can really figure out. Gloria, Marcel, would either of you two like to peruse at what your antlered companion is doing?
I'll give it a try. Is that investigation or perception?
Or...
Insight.
Ah.
Come on, guys. You
Oh, that's
wouldn't
not
dare
great.
fail me now, would you?
I think you've got all your bad luck out now.
An
You hit your quota for the day.
11 and
13.
There's
13.
still more nat ones that can
Yes.
be rolled.
true, there is still an hour and a half left of the session, roughly. So, there's time. So you notice that Xavier is figuring out the best transport route for you to take to get to Eldaris, and seems to be getting a rough idea of how you get there if you were to leave today. He's not shared this plan with you at all, but you can see him actively making notes using the travel brochures that he has managed to procure from the downstairs section of the inn.
Okay.
Would you like to make comment on it, or are you going to leave him to it?
Not really sure what to say.
Okay. So I presume we'll leave him to it then?
Yeah. Remember what Eldaris was again?
Hmm?
What were we trying to get to Eldaris again?
Roll me a history check.
That's money.
Nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
You suddenly remember, yeah, you want to get to Eldaris because it's where Florian's parents are supposed to be.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So, what have you found out?
Right. I have, been taking a look, and there is a small airship that comes by here once every few days. And it seems to go to a place called Windhurst. Now you can
Okay.
get a boat from there that goes straight to Eldaris.
That's great news. How long do you think it should take?
What, the airship or the boat?
The entire journey.
The airship itself should only take a few hours, if that. And fortunately, since we happen to be in very good cahoots with the because we're in good favor with juggling, we can use our connections to get a free ride. The boat may take a couple days.
Okay.
The only way that we could secure our way in would probably be to offer some sort of protective service to the boat. That way we don't have to pay as much money, if any.
What sort of monsters are we likely to see on this journey?
Oh, sharks, giant crabs, giant sharks,
We took out giant crabs.
things with tentacles.
Ooh, tentacles.
Oh, and if you happen to fall off the boat, that is unfortunate. And hope for our sake that we don't think
Savior.
Xavier looks at Scoria.
Bruh.
It is just the fastest way to get there.
Are you going to be okay going on boat?
Yeah, don't push me off the edge and we'll be fine.
Xavier immediately looks at,
Well, I was planning to, but you've convinced me not to. Obviously not going to push off yet.
if he even says it once, I will knock him over the head with the ball of my great axe. And he wields it menacingly whilst glaring at you, Marcel.
Must stick his tongue out and say it.
He grabs your tongue. Got you. Okay, let's go. Told you. And he's just gonna grab you by the cheek and like just wiggle your face about. Oh, he looks so cute when he's all pouty and grumpy. Oh.
I'm going to put laxatives in the next set of chocolates.
Okay. I'll make sure I use the same bathroom as you every single time. Mutually assured destruction. As much as you two want to, are going to wage war, we should probably figure out how the fuck we're going to get there. Please.
Well, the plan sounds pretty sound if everyone's okay with it.
You are aware, as Xavier shows you the alternative route of getting to Eldaris, in that you can take an let me remind myself what the alternate route is. This is where I should memorize this stuff, but I don't. Your alternative route would be to take a small boat directly to the island of Karos. And that small boat would depart from Magnolia. That also has a small transporter you could get there. So you could spend a few days on the ship, as it would have to sail around the islands of Saharia, Miranu, and Canaria. Or you can go to Magnolia and get a small ship directly from there. And that will be a direct, straight across the ocean to Karos, rather than having to wind around and stop at multiple different islands.
Is there any additional risk from this?
None that you're aware of.
Well, it seems faster than...
See, if Hugmug was here, then I would have a unique option to offer to you. However,
What's the unique option?
so we're just going to pretend that Hugmug has been told about an alternative route, because that's like a whole dialogue that I can't do since our lovely player is not here. Hugmug brings to the table a different possible route. a small cruiser that's set up that can be set up by the beach to allow you guys a direct transport from Orcus straight to the island of Karos. However, they do not have permission to park up in Eldaris. You would have to go from Batzel.
Back to battle.
And you would have to manually make your way to Eldaris on foot. So you have 3 different routes. I will notify you that the first and second routes, because they are much larger transports, may attract more unwanted attention, including, but not limited to, sharks, squid monsters, as best I can describe them, and the Big Blue. I'm just going to put it in the chat for you.
The Big Blue.
Yes.
Megalodon.
So this could be anything from potential large unidentified ocean creatures. Coughs. Look at the main chat. As a rare possibility, but they are more likely with a big ocean cruiser. Things like the sharks, potential megalodons if a lot of ruckus ends up being caused whilst on the ship. Whereas the small, unique option of taking a boat straight there, whilst would be a lot smoother and attract a lot less attention, would mean that you would have to hot-foot it from Batzel to Eldaris, going through several different locations in the process.
How far is that?
I'm presuming that none of our party recalls what the island of Karos looks like as of this point in time.
Not well enough that I could map it out in my head.
Then bear with me.
I remember the shape of it, I don't remember the different locations in it, where they are.
Okay, please bear with me as I proceed to attempt to relocate. Down somewhere. Let's see. I did have the original versions. However, I don't have them anymore because RIP old hard drive. Should be somewhere in here. Right, I can't access files in there. Okay, I will have to screenshot it. So if there is a weird noise that pops up on the stream, it is me making a screenshot. Smiley face. Okay, weird noise over. So, this would be the island of Karos. So that's giving you the context of what's what. But you would have to basically travel on foot to get there if you were to take the smaller option. So it basically depends on how you feel your collective luck is.
That's a interesting question to ask us.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you would have good enough fortune to not encounter some of the more deadly things out on the ocean? Or are you a bit too worried about attracting more ocean-based attention?
I think the fastest option is the best option. We will probably be fine.
The fastest option in this scenario would be the unique option that Hugmug has been informed of.
I'm with Huggy.
Florian and
Which one's
Scotty?
that again?
So, 3 options. One will be going from Magnolia, one will be going from Windurst, and one is directly from Orcus.
Which one's cheaper?
The directly from Orcus, because you will not be paying for transport at all. You will, however, have to travel from Basel to Eldaris on foot. That's the only downside.
Hmm.
Let me just put them down in the chat so you've got like a visual representation.
I'm rolling a d4.
There you go. I have surmised the 3 options.
Uh, Scoria votes for the first one, the Windhurst.
Okay, so Florian would have the deciding vote here.
That's Florian decide the other one.
In which case, I would have to roll a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Florian will. Sure. The third one to Battle and then travel on foot.
Okay. So that will be that is a 2-to-1 vote. So you'll be taking the small transport from Orcus and going directly to Batzel. And so you spend the rest of the day healing up, and Juglug gives you some restoratives to bring you back to full strength. So please restore your HP and MP completely.
Thank you, Juggy. I mean, can I call you Juggy? I'm so used to calling Hugmark Huggy.
She raises her eyebrows at you with mild concern.
It is an endearing name. If it's not okay, then it's just not okay.
You get a look of deep-rooted concern.
Okay. Never
She
mind.
she does not appear to appreciate being called Juggy by one of her son's friends. It's also because I'm not going to do the voice game because you will start laughing. I have learnt that one the hard way.
Okay.
So, you could top up your HP and MP fully. Looking at the one person who hasn't topped up their MP fully. Topped off Marcel.
Oh, empty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Top them both up. Okay, so. Is there anything you wish to do before you get on this little boat? It's like a tiny speedboat.
We've already exchanged spells, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh.
whilst
Right.
just
Because
just healing up,
Mhm.
Scoria will find the book about monsters that live on Karos.
Okay. That is one of the books that happens to be in Xavier's bag that you take.
Also,
Mhm.
the laws on Karos.
You notice that one is conveniently missing from Xavier's belongings. And with it, you come to the idea that you may be able to locate a book that contains any additional laws once you arrive on the island.
All right.
So I think that's everything that you guys wanted to do before you left.
I can't think of anything else.
Okay. So you gather up your belongings, and you get on this little boat. And it's a full day of traveling. And you end up getting there on the 22nd of December, 67 AR.
How many people are on this boat, or is it just us?
Just you guys and the... hold on.
And what kind of boat is it? Does it have a crow's nest?
No, it is
Aw.
it is the equip...
Playing the character.
Okay, so you were asking... Yeah, right. Well, to describe it to you as DM, it's the equivalent of like a small speedboat
Right. Okay.
that is driven by Axton, the large orc man. I forget which one of you made friends with the guy, but I know one of you did.
I think it was the
Yeah.
guy. Was he the guy at the chocolate shop?
I don't remember. So I'm just gonna move along.
Okay.
Because I don't recall.
Axton, the guy we know.
That one of you knows, question mark.
That old so and so.
So, you end up making your way to Batzel. You arrive in the early hours of the morning. It's a nice, sleepy-looking little town. That doesn't really have anything assuming about it. The only big thing of note is up on one of the mountainy hills is a large windmill that slowly turns.
I bet the view's pretty good from up there.
And so, information from me, because I haven't got it all. No, it's the wrong document. Okay, there it is. So, you are left in this town as the boat driver returns back to return Juglug's personal property. Do that. And so you imagine it's probably a good idea to find yourself an inn of some sort, since it is you don't really know this island well enough yet, so you're unsure of what direction to take. As you notice that there are two paths. One there's like a mountain pathway. It's like a large cave mouth that leads off. It's got like a sign in front of it that's telling you where it goes, and then a large open road that seems to be almost like in the middle of a valley between two large mountains. Good lord, my ability to speak today is non-existent. So what are you doing?
I say we take the valley road. Do both of them seem to lead to our destination?
You don't know. You are, technically speaking, foreigners on this island. You have no idea about this place, aside from Scoria having a rough idea that there is some degree of deadly wildlife that lives amongst this place, with the open plains being quite risky.
Do the paths go in different directions entirely?
Yes.
Right.
They both go to the north, but they both go...
Can I make a navigation check?
You may.
I was about to. Also navigate.
You may. I imagine you'll roll like a fair bit lower than Florian.
I don't know about that.
Oh no.
Well, it's not a natural one, but it's the next worst thing.
It's a 2.
So
21.
The 2 plus 9,
So it's
so
11 and
11.
21.
Okay. So
Roll
the two,
high.
the two of you managed to figure out they both go technically in the direction that you want to go, but you don't really have an idea of where like transport routes would go after that. You're aware, you look at the signs, and the one going up like a valley pathway says that it leads to a city called Mistos, whereas the the one that's going through like a cavernous route, seems to lead to Maris.
Out of character. Where have we heard that word before, guys? Or am I the only one that
What was the
remembers? Mistos. Just me.
I mean,
So there are two parts. I will repeat this again for the sake of making sure that I was loud and clear, because I know that I can mumble sometimes. The path more grassy, plainy looking path that goes north ends up leading to a city called Mistos, whereas the pathway going through the mountain leads to a city called Maris.
They're both cities.
Yes. One of them is built within the mountain, the other one is built within a valley of the mountains.
Mistos sounds cool.
Something has a very whimsical sort of feel to it. By the name alone.
I think before making any decisions, we get a more detailed map. And maybe ask some people the best routes to
Yes.
get to Eldaris.
We're still in Battle, right?
Yes, you haven't left. You've literally arrived like 5 minutes ago,
Yeah.
so you have no idea where you're going.
Scoria is right. We should probably find someone so they can tell us where the hell we're going.
So there are many buildings. There is what you can tell is a crypt on the far end of the place. There is what appears to be a merchant store. Just reminding myself of this place. There appears to be a large tavern, a few item stops, and different shops. There appears to be a large candle store here as well.
I know nothing.
There's a very large sigh coming out of you, sir. You're quite alright there.
Yes. Out of character,
Oh my
yes, I'm
God.
fine. It's fine, it's a different character. They don't know me.
Anytime I hear candles now, I just.
Well, we are in Battle.
And in Rome.
When in Rome, spread the salt.
Pardon me.
Okay, so what are you doing? You can go to the candle store, you can go to one of the many different, like, merchant shops.
I think we should probably go to the tavern. That's a good place to get information.
I'm going to go to the merchant shop.
I guess we split up then.
Okay. So, of you lot, who is going off to one of the merchant shops? Also, Scoria, are you going to one of, like, the alchemy shop or
Not the
the
candle
supply
one.
shops? Okay, I needed to make sure.
Gee, I'm going for supply shops.
Okay, so you're going over to the supply shops. Florian, are you going with Scoria, are you going with Marcel, or are you going to a completely different shop? Or location?
High Scoria, low Marcel.
Ooh,
Marcel.
yeah.
So you split off Marcel and Florian.
Would you like a lift, Florian?
Yes.
He's going to offer to basically house Florian on his shoulders.
You have Mason and Xavier joining you, meaning that Mocha and Hugmonk go with Scoria. That way, you have people going with you, and you're not just on your own. Right. Let's see. D4. Who am I going to be paying attention to first? High or low?
Low.
Okay, I'm paying attention to Scoria first. So, Scoria, you go off to the supply shops
Mhm.
with Mocha and Hugmonk tailing behind you, just taking in the scenery. And within this store, let's see, you end up encountering a Gareth man who's running the shop. Just so you can see what a Gareth looks like, because I'm imagining you'd like a visual reference.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the first thing I find? You know what?
No.
Good enough. That looks like it. Yeah, there you go. Good enough.
Okay.
Grab the first image I found. Boom. Gareth. So, he is running the shop and has yet to address your presence.
Gloria will go over to the counter where I assume he's standing
Mm-hmm.
and go, hello.
Ah, hello. Welcome to the supply shop. It's nothing fancy, but he'll make sure that you've got plenty of supplies for your travels. How can I help you?
So me and my companions, we are heading to Eldaris. And, well, we're not... Well, it's not obvious, we are not from around here. And we were hoping for some directions and therefore some supplies for our journey there.
I see. Well, in terms of supplies, I can offer you some, rations, any specifics I'd need to know about. Let's think. I presume that you'll be following the rest of the folk that tend to come here and going up to Mistos. That's it. There's not to throw shade on a city, but Maris does not actually have any sort of connections between itself and any of the other locations. I do hear that they were pondering some excavation work to make a pathway to Atlan. But, unfortunately, the only way to get there at the moment is through Viamos. So, if you're going up to Eldaris, you're probably best going up towards Mistos. And then... It depends. Are you... He looks at you, ponders for a minute. Are you tourists by any chance? Because it's only been relatively recently that they've finished all of the construction for it, but Fathingar is a great place to visit this time of year. The snow builds up on some of the nature around it. Makes some lovely scenery.
I guess we wouldn't mind having a look around, but we're mainly heading around to Eldaris to locate one of my friend's parents.
Oh, right. Well, and like I'm picturing in the background as you're talking to the Gareth man, that Mocha and Hugmug are just poking around the supply shop. So I'd recommend going up to Mistos, and then if you're going on a more direct route, you want to go through Viamos, and then you'll notice that there's like a T junction in the mountain pass, you want to go to the right towards Junlass. There's actually next door to this place called the Crackling Caverns. It's they have a bardic college near there. Wouldn't recommend getting too invested in there. You might not come back out. Lots of great musicians in there. But you go from Junlass up to Gapra, and then if you want a more direct route, you could just hook around the mountains. But I would recommend going to Veritas, and then off to Aetheris, since the wildlife can be a little bit troublesome. Though I could just be completely misunderstanding how powerful.
Probably. I have no idea. I'm not familiar.
I'll scribble it down for you. And
Oh, thank you.
he writes down the order that you'd recommend.
Me also writing it, but butchering all the names because I don't know how to spell any of them.
It's fine. I have some very interesting location names. I've just popped it in the thing. I advise one of you to take notes on that because I'm not pinning it. So he writes it down for you, and then looks at you again after handing the paperwork to you. Say, probably a bit of an obvious recommendation, but I guess it wouldn't be obvious since you're from here. I would, if you see some people in fancy-looking armor, try not to piss them off. You see, I'm not sure about the rules about where you come from, but you'll find that the law here is being dealt with by almost like a private army of sorts. The judges. And you'll find that these people have a tendency to have a little bit of a power trip. Though, to be fair, the amount of effort they have to go through with for their training is, I guess, some reason. I don't know. They don't come round here often. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Alright. Don't piss off the people in the fancy armor. Got it. I'll have to reiterate that many times to some of my companions.
Yes, I would suggest that your companions, if they are known for being troublesome in nature, that they keep their hands to themselves whilst they're here. The judges don't need much to perform an arrest. And let's just say that if you get dragged off to whatever holding cell they choose for you, I wouldn't suggest it.
You wouldn't happen to have a law book?
He ponders for a moment, rifles through. Well, I have a brief summary of some of the laws here, but it's not too different from the rest of the world. And he hands you a small logbook of different things that are advised not to do. Most of them seem to be around disrespecting the monarchy of Karos. And most of them also seem to kind of revolve around not not intentionally offending the judges.
Sounds good. Scoria would like. Another question. Did we bring the cart with us?
No,
We didn't, yeah.
the cart was left on the island of Varnexian and was
Yeah.
returned to Bell.
We don't have a tent or anything, do we?
You do have a tent. It's let's have a look. I'm picturing that Xavier or Mason has been carrying the tent you're sleeping in.
Is it just enough room for all of us?
Yeah, I'd say the only reason why it's somewhat crammed at crammed in at the moment is because of the behemoth hair lining that was used to insulate you from extreme cold.
But we don't have that issue here, will we?
As far as you're aware, you shouldn't have that problem whilst you're traveling within the valleys of the mountains. However, once you get out into the plains, your guess will be as good as good as your characters, I guess. So you wouldn't have a clue because you'd be exposed to the open winds, the active winds. Oh my god, my ability to speak today.
Okay. Take your time.
Yeah, I'm taking my time.
So, okay. Scoria would like to purchase enough rations for everyone to, at minimum, make it to Viamos.
Let's have a look. I do believe that's how much they're gonna be. Let me have a look. This is where Lupus has to remember what folder this is in. I do believe it's this one. Adventuring gear. Day rations.
Okay, still 50.
So if you're buying enough for everyone, they're 1 gil a piece. And I reckon you probably want another 5 or so. That should get you
5 for everyone, yeah?
Yeah, because that should get you at the very least get you up to Junlas, maybe Gapra, which would be probably your next big supply stop.
Yeah. And then
So that would be 5, 10.
probably also grab.
It'd be 35 gil for
That's 35.
all of you.
I'll also grab that law book.
Yeah, he'll give that to you for
probably-
nothing.
Oh, nice. Probably. Want some firewood.
Need more firewood? Okay. So for a day's worth of firewood, let's have a look. It's also 1 gil.
Say that all the supplies get us just to Junlas. Estimate on how many days worth.
Let's have a think. Because it's mostly mountainous, there's not a lot of wood going about. You probably want about 5 to 10 days.
I'll take the 10 days. So I'll take 10 days.
So it'd be
Firewood.
45 gil spent total. If you're doing 5 days worth of rations for each of you.
Yeah. Do I want anything else?
Okay, so I will add that to your thing. If everybody could increase their day trail rations by 5, greatly appreciate that, 'cause it saves me having to edit it for you. I've added all the firewood to your sheet already, Scoria, just so you're aware.
Anything else? I don't know. Mocha, do you think that we'll need anything else besides rations and some firewood?
Okay, needs to remember the mute button first. Mocha has mentally tuned out. There we go.
Mocha. What happened?
Right, did you hear what I said?
No.
So basically, Scoria is buying rations and firewood for the first half of the journey, hopefully reaching Junless at minimum. She's asking if Mocha thinks that they'll need, pardon me, anything else.
Can I roll survival
For what in particular?
to know if we're missing anything? Because unfortunately, Mocha's player is dumb as shit and has a cold.
Sure, go for it.
Thank you. Natural 20.
Jesus.
You know all.
Basically, I'm telling you to give me the answer.
I mean, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. That's the whole point of you rolling the survival check in the first place. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just filling up a
Thank
water
you.
bottle. Because I drank the whole thing in like under 5 minutes. And I was like, I wonder why my voice feels a little off. I was like, well, it would appear. Okay, let me look. The only thing that you can think of, because a lot of your rations that you do have, you've had for a while. So you'll probably burn through them at twice the rate whilst you're here. Mainly to make sure you're using them up. But as you're looking about, you come to the understanding. Realize I shouldn't end my sentence there, so I added another thing. You realize that it may be necessary for you to acquire a shovel. Or several shovels. Because you are going to be traveling through a mountain valley during the middle of a season where it is known to snow a lot.
Oh.
So it is more than possible for it to suddenly avalanche.
I think we should get a shovel.
A shovel? I'll get 3 shovels.
Okay, so that will be another 9 gil.
And I think that will be everything.
Now, I need to add that to your thing. And I will... So is that all of the supplies you're obtaining?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, yes. Perhaps.
Scoria?
Sorry, what?
Is that all the supplies you're acquiring? Did I distract you with the flavor text for the shovel?
I zoned out after saying I'll get 3 shovels.
Understandable. So I presume that's all the stuff you'll be purchasing.
Yeah.
Okay. Great, I can now close this. So, is there anything else you're doing whilst here? Okay. Then
I'm
we've...
scared.
She should be. This is
Because at any random point, Scoria could just like have a moment of like zoning out again. Then Mocha has to answer a question she's not emotionally ready to answer.
It's like Scoria's not here. I'm ill. So together we are both fucked.
Okay, so good news for the two of you. You can hop on mute for a little bit as
Yay!
we switch.
Yes.
As we swap over to Florian and Marcel, who have gone to the local tavern.
We're probably going to find out all the same information that they did.
I mean, if you want to put yourself down immediately like that, then Yeah, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
It's just because of what the questions I was going to ask have already been very handily answered.
Yeah.
But Marcel doesn't know that. Hence
Exactly.
why how are we going to get the same information? Unless
Anyway.
one of them's lying to us.
Or one of them's just stupid.
Well, I hope not.
You never know. Anyway, you go into the tavern, and I'm gonna have to resist using the funny description words here. It's a very nice, lavish tavern, and serving at the bar is a rather bodacious wood elf woman.
So before doing anything, we'll look around, see who else is at this bar.
Um,
Is there anyone that looks like they're particularly dangerous, for starters?
No, not inherently. You do notice that there are a couple of people here who look a little bit rough around the edges, but they have more Karen vibes than oh shit, I'm about to be murdered vibes. The best way I can describe that to you.
Weird in a normal way.
Yeah, that was a much more cohesive summary.
Okay. I guess with Florian still on my shoulders, I'm probably... No, I'll take Florian off of my shoulders now, because when you're in a place of... in a public place.
Yeah.
We were walking through a public place all the time.
Yeah, but it's
We're indoors.
outside.
It's a public facility.
Yes.
There you go.
There's some sort of decorum that has to be had. Especially if this place looks fancy.
Take your hat off, even if your hat is a cat.
Marcel takes Florian off. Florian takes off his hat. Takes off the star.
All of which bow.
Anyway, so you enter this establishment.
We walk
And-
up to the counter, to the counter,
Okay.
to the bar.
And so the wood elf woman looks down at you.
And to try and take a seat. I don't know how tall this counter is.
It's roughly it's a sorry, I have to remember her height. Yeah, it's a roughly normal sized. Like we're talking, it's not Xavier and Mason sized. It's size for people of the more average humanoid stature. Okay, that was a good selection of words I chose.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a climb.
Yeah, so...
For you, yeah, a
So,
little bit.
Marcel will help Florian up onto the stool.
Mason and Xavier go and sit at one of the tables because the bar stools are too small for them. At least because they are larger in build, they have more chance of sitting around the seat rather than on the seat.
They also make it very unstable as well as they wobble around a lot.
Yes.
Hello!
Ah, well, hello.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well.
We are, well, first of all, I suppose, courtesy is to get a drink, so do you have anything non-alcoholic?
Oh, yes, a couple things.
I'm partial to anything, but I believe my friend here will have a glass of milk.
And she frowns at you as you say that.
It's what you had last time.
Oh, yeah. Is Florian having a glass of milk?
He is.
Okay.
It's what you had last time.
The woman,
Oh, being racist.
the woman realizes that this is fine. She had presumed that you were being mildly racist towards Florian, but my apologies. I get a few people here that on their travels through that aren't exactly kind to their co-companions.
No, it's okay. He's my brother.
She blinks. Oh, An interesting family tree, then.
Not quite. Not by blood.
Well, you said you wanted something non-alcoholic, like a mocktail, or
Ooh, that would be nice. Something very fruity would be good.
well, I did recently get a batch for a strawberry liqueur that's non-alcoholic.
Sounds lovely. How much would that be?
Well, she ponders. Typically, I would have a slightly higher price, but since it's approaching happy hour, I suppose I can allow it. She ponders. It'll be a singular gill for your companion's glass of milk. For yourself, since the mocktails go at roughly the same price, it'll be 10 gil for your mocktail.
Rory, are you okay if I get this?
Yeah.
Master will pay for both.
Okay, so you spend 11 gil.
He will take a sip of his strawberry mocktail, whatever it's got the name of.
Okay.
And he will basically just say, "So, we're not really from around here, but we're looking for information.
I see.
We're trying to get to Aldaris. And we're wondering what the quickest route would be."
I see. Well, well, the best route I would suggest is going through Mistos.
Okay.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds, Corey. I'm doing math. Cool. So, she takes a look. Do you have a map of some sort?
You had the map? Xavier had the map, didn't he? Xavier had the map.
Xavier had the map, yes.
Who has the map now?
I presume that it'll be Florian. And the version that Scoria has is more of a like a duplicate version that Xavier had.
Okay.
Cool, I get out of the map then.
Okay. So you pull out the map and she shows you. So from here, she points to where you are now. So this is where Batzel is.
Mhm.
And then you take this path through the valley. And she points at the second location, which, if you have the screenshot I put in the Discord, is number 2. So this is Mistos. And then you go from here up this path here, which points to what will be number 4 on the map. This is Viamos. And then I personally would recommend avoiding Junlas entirely and going straight to Gabra, if you've got the supplies. And then it depends, really. If you're going to Eldaris directly, then you'd want to go to Veritas, and then Aetheris, and then straight to Eldaris. But if you're looking for a bit more of a roundabout route, or if you're looking for any particular things, I can point out some of the common visits that are here.
We are not quite tourists. We quite desperately need to get to Eldaris as soon as possible. So, as much as it would be nice to see stuff along the way, we're in a little bit of a hurry. Sorry, didn't want to be rude.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. Well then, the quickest route would be the one I've suggested.
Mistos to Gabra to Veritas to Aetheris.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Are you very familiar with these areas?
Oh yes, me and my sisters used to travel around this place quite a lot.
Oh, really?
Do you know of anything we should look out for? Like dangerous things?
Well, around this time of year, you do have to worry about avalanches every now and again, which is not exactly ideal. But if you purchase some shovels, there's a supply shop around here for it's run by a man called Srevna. He's a lovely guy, bit of a shy soul, but I'm sure you can purchase some shovels and some other heating supplies from him. Otherwise, the only thing I can suggest is make sure that you're checking the signs and pathways first, because you can end up from Mistos, you can end up going to Fathengar, and the adorable little. I would totally suggest going there at some point, purely because a few hours away from Fathengar is one of the new towns of Moggle Ward. It's filled with these adorable little Moogles, and they are just the sweetest little things. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Maybe it's sometime in the future.
When you reach Viamos and continue to go north, make sure that you go northeast when you hit the path split. Otherwise, you'll end up in Ishtath. And that's a desert area.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad. The town itself is quite nice. Although the village elder they appointed within the last decade is a little bit he seems a little bit done with life.
Village over of where? Ishtar.
Yes. But aside from that, there's not really much else that I can advise. If you're worried about monsters,
Yes, what sort of monsters should we look out for? Is it a route where it's better to travel during the day or during the night? Obviously, certain monsters hunt at night, some hunt in the day.
well, And she's thinking, like she's trying to figure out the best suggestion. See, traveling in the day isn't too bad, but traveling at night isn't the worst either. It really depends on how many of your companions have the ability to see in the dark. Because during the day is when the elementals can be out, and you may have to worry about potential snowdrifts falling or whatever. But at night, you do have some of like the wolves and some of the nocturnal creatures come out, which is, not exactly ideal for those not the best prepared. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, that makes sense.
And she finishes cleaning one of the tankards and puts it underneath the bar. That being said, I would highly, highly advise that if any of the adventuring you're doing, you happen to have time to spare, do visit some of the other towns. They're lovely. Just try and avoid the main settlement areas around Arcadia. And she points to this big, like, purplish blob in the middle of the island, which for you lot would be 26, 20, 31, 13, 14, 17, and 23. The big blob that contains all of them.
Marcel's a big nerd, does a lot of reading. Would you possibly have heard of Arcadia before?
Definitely.
A roll history check on my knowledge of Arcadia.
Go for it.
21.
21. You are aware that the main settled up areas around Arcadia used to be one massive settlement slash a bit like big sector of town with large open spaces between them that used to be the kingdom of Arcadia as a whole. However, after the assassination of the previous royalty and the events of the Crystal Heroes saga, that was one of the big historical events that occurred there. The actual control that the Legion of Judges had lessened over time, and they split off into their own settlements.
Okay. Guessing I also know why I shouldn't go there.
Oh, simple. Because a lot of the big names that come from there are, as one would put it, not the most forgiving. There is a lot of humanoid supremacy that occurs there. Whilst it is toned down to some degree, there is definitely a notable difference in their hierarchy.
Avoid Arcadia. Got it. Yeah, I heard they don't take too kindly to people like me.
Unfortunately not. Although it would be lovely if they were a bit more,
Moderate.
Yes, that would be the word. Anyway, I'm sure you're not here just to listen to me hammer on.
Oh, you have a lovely voice.
I appreciate that. It's very kind of you.
It's okay. And you make a mean cocktail, too.
Well, that's very kind. It is my profession, after all.
Yeah, how long have you worked here? And he just starts making small talk.
And so the two of you sit and chit-chat for a while. It's nothing of real substance.
No, just small talk.
Yeah.
How long have you worked here? Why do you want to come here? What's Battle like? It's not massively important to us since we're not staying.
And so, after a little while, you realise that the rest of your companions have come to this building. So you see Mocha, Scoria, and Hugmug enter through the door of the establishment. As they have...
It's hard to get Mason and Xavier a drink as well.
Yep, the two of them are engaging in some small talk with each other, and you notice that whatever they're talking about, Mason seems to be pulling a lot of very highly emotive responses out of Xavier. At least highly emotive for the Stagman being the way he is. So, you all gather together around the table after a little bit, and share your information. And what you've ended up with is roughly the same. You get a lot of replica information that's kind of the same thing.
Mhm.
Of, yeah, you've got this, and yeah, you've got that, and it's like this route. So, you've come to the conclusion that going towards Maris will basically mean that you'd be turning around and coming back to battle. In short form. Heading up to Mistos seems to be the only real way of progressing onwards. But you do have the option to explore about if you wish. And there are a couple of places that you've been suggested to go to, or I say avoid, but you've been given a pretty clear path. The only point of contention you really have is one of the people has suggested visiting Junless. The other one has recommended you avoid it. But that's the only real point of contention that is there.
But while we're still sitting at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
can I ask her why she avoided?
So, are you dragging Mocha or Scoria back over with you?
Shit, I'm here.
Yes, you yourself, Mocha, and Hugmug have entered this location because Marcel has been here a while.
I was trying to pay attention.
It's all right.
I can't just go up alone.
Yeah, it's up. That's why I'm giving you the
I'll just
option.
go up alone.
Okay, so you go up on your own.
Hello again.
Hello.
What is your name, by the way? I never got your name.
Oh, my name is Lashana.
Oh, it's a lovely name.
Thank you.
Very pretty. You mentioned about not going to.
Junless.
You mentioned about not going to Junlas, and it's a bit strange because well, I'm part of a larger party, so I don't have sort of like gestures over to everybody else, and we split up looking for information when we got here, and we both got sets of information on where to go, and we spoke to somebody, or my friend spoke to somebody else who's a merchant who recommended going to Junlas.
I see.
So I'm wondering why you didn't want us to.
Oh,
If that is
well,
okay. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
Well, simply put, I'm not the biggest fan of the place. Because it's basically the equivalent of a student town for the bards. They're a little bit how would one put it? Quirky. A little bit and she is kind of moving her hands about as though to try and convey some sort of emotion or notice, and it's just
And he looks at
not
a little
landing.
bit of concern and says, "Do you get a lot of unwanted attention when you're there?"
Well, and she ponders how to word it. You see, when you're when you have certain assets, and she almost with the way she's speaking, she lifts her shoulders up, and it causes her chest to bounce in front of your face.
And Marcel's eyes bounce up and down.
Yes. Contain your inner lesbian.
No.
I hope you know that made the whole thing go, the hidden audio go red when you did that.
Wow.
God.
I will share her art with you guys just in case you've forgotten who she is.
Please, 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 please.
Because this has already been a thing before, but I will repost it for the sake of a woman. That peaked the mic. She peaked it as well. Okay, so she kind of moves her shoulders up, and unfortunately for her, her chest moves, and she looks a little bit annoyed by it. My mother did say that men would take attention of me because I've got the beauty and the assets, but good lord, does it bring about some irritations. And she frowns. But aside
sorry
from
to hear that. Are the people here at least a bit more agreeable?
oh yes, they're wonderful. You just unfortunately get some men that are a little bit men and women that are a little bit piggish when they come down from what was it I had the other week? Was this I forget what her name is now. And she's taking a moment to try and recollect. This is where I actually have to go and check.
Name drops one of our previous party's characters.
Well, I did have this this older woman at one point. What was her name? She's rubbing her fingers together like she's trying to remember. It was oh my lord, I can't remember now. It was one of the old judges of the crown, who was a bit rude. She was asking me if I had a permit for my bosom, and I told her no. I believe it was Judge Karen? I forget her name. I forget if that was the right name or not.
Her name sounds very appropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Yes,
it does.
that was her name. It was Judge Alyssa Karen. And she said to me, "Oh, well, have you got a permit for those?" And I said to her, "Well, have you got a permit for yours?" And suddenly she left me alone. She wasn't a big fan of me. It was quite amusing.
Yeah, sure showed her. Well, anyway, thank you for the information.
That is perfectly fine.
I will go tell my friends. It was lovely to meet you.
It's nice to
And he
meet
gives a
you.
little bow.
And she gives you a little bow.
And he returns to everybody else.
Okay. And so you return to Mocha and Scoria and the rest of them who are calm yourself. Do you need a minute?
Okay, you okay?
I'm just a little bit flustered. It's okay.
Would it help if I got you some food?
Yes. I got a nibble on my tail.
Anyway, she does not want us going to June last.
Junlass.
Yeah. Because she gets a lot of unwanted attention. So it is technically perfectly fine for us to go there.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, in that case, Marcel will go back up to the bar and ask if they have any food. They serve food.
You are not met with Lashana this time. You are met.
Missed your window knocker.
Sorry, it's just this really distraught sounding no.
My life is fucking ruined. I'm done. I'm done. End the session. I'm done.
Miss your shot, bro. Miss your shot.
I miss every shot I don't take. Unfortunately, I have no balls
Exactly.
to
trust
shoot
me.
shots with.
So. Yeah, I think. And so you are met with a Asimar man.
Hello there.
Why, good evening.
Just wondering if you serve food here, or is it just drinks?
Why, yes, we do. Might I recommend the fish? It's lemon scented. And he smiles.
More cards, you want fish?
Yes, I'd love some fish, please. Please, 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 please.
You're like, so you got like the first half of the S just disappears. It was just oh, it's beautiful. Oh,
Fish!
smiling way too much. Anyway, yes, we happen to sell quite a bit of food. We've got fish that's lemon scented, and recently caught. We've got a whole bunch of different vegetable meals, mainly potato based. You should definitely try the chocobo wings. Though with your little stature, I don't think you'll be able to finish the whole thing. And he
Is
smiles.
that a
at you.
challenge?
He's pointing at me.
Yes. Mocha, you are basically doing the equivalent of shouting across the bar.
Oh.
Okay, I'm dealing with it,
What?
okay?
I heard food. I'm coming.
I'm getting
You
you
offered, I'm
food. You
coming.
need to calm down.
Oh.
Please stop shouting.
Yes, Marcel. I'm gonna go sulk at the bar.
We will get some fish.
Okay. And so the Asmar man goes off to go and prepare your fish. And that is when Lashana returns. Oh. I'll come back again, making a lot of back and forth runs.
Yes, well, one of my other siblings is quite cool and they get quite hungry very quickly.
And Lashana immediately looks to the mopey girl that's currently flopped onto her bar. Be heard.
It would.
Oh,
She's at the bar. I thought she was still at the table.
oh, she said she was going to go and sulk at the bar, so
You just got out of your seat, walked across to the bar and started crying.
Yes, pretty much. Tears at the corner of my eyes.
But you're like the other end of the bar because you're still shouting across the tavern.
Yes.
and so
She can be a little bit quirky. But she's nice when you get to know her.
I mean, I was going to say dramatic. You know what? I reckon she would get along quite well with the mayor.
The man?
And Lashana nods to the very, very well dressed
Do have tea to
brown rabbit folk man
Oh, is he here?
sitting at a rather fancy looking table at the other end of the establishment.
Huh.
He has his chin down on the table and looks like he's got a little bit more than just the buzz going right now.
I mean,
The
if you
man
have
looks
the
a little
money,
plastered.
if you have the money for it, why not?
Well, yes, he does have the money.
As long as it's his day off and he's not actively on duty right now, in which case that's terrible.
Oh no. You see, ever since Her Highness decided to give a bit more important status to Batzel, poor Mayor's been a little overloaded.
Ah, it's the burden of responsibility.
No.
No?
It's the fact that this is one of the few easily accessible port towns. So you've got here, you've got Wraithwind, you've got Cloudaria, you've got is it Sanctus? Sorry, I always get that mixed up with Crusada. They're sister towns. And then, where else was it? And she's...
I imagine Marcel usually carries some kind of pen on him most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, and he grabs like one of the napkins of the bar and draws out the Order of the Crystal symbol.
Mhm.
You don't happen to have seen anyone around wearing this symbol recently? Or do you get a lot of people coming through wearing this symbol?
Those twats. Yes, we've had them come in once or twice. And I
Recently?
No.
Okay.
They tend to come in from Canaria.
We don't have the best relationship, so we'd have to make tracks pretty quickly if they were here.
Oh, it's fine. They've been banned. They've gotten themselves banned from so many locations at this point. You're better off asking where they are allowed. If I were to say though, unfortunately, they've decided to take up a placement in the capital city of Canaria, the metropolis known as Azuria, which is unfortunate because the city is lovely, but they just happen to take up a place there.
Okay.
And she looks a little bit disgusted as she thinks about the beauty of the city.
Yes, they don't exactly hire based on strength of character.
I've noticed. And so time goes on. You have a little chit chat. Mocha gets her fish eventually, and I'm gonna wrap up the session there because we're in the final minute. So catch you all next time. Bye bye.
Au revoir!
Bye!
Oh shit, bye!